All right, welcome back everyone. This is Ryan from DL Academy, back again with a Python IG bot tutorial video. And in this video, we're going to be most likely completing the entire project. Also, if you don't understand the Python code or anything, we have a Python course on Udemy. You can get 50% off using the coupon code right here. Alright, so let's get started. So if you remember from the last episode, we were able to get all of the A tags. And since this returns an array, let's focus on the first element because it only returns one. And let's get the href. So this will return the links to all of the followers of the page. Also, if we want more followers, we can simply change this number. If you remember from before, every load will bring us about 12 more followers. So you multiply 12 by 15, and this is how many followers are going to be inside the list. Now let's assign this to a variable. We're going to call it link. Link equals, so this is going to be the link, and then we're going to say if div in link, we want to break the loop. This is because after we get all of the links, there's some garbage after that. We don't want any of that. We just want the links, the hrefs for the Instagram followers. Now on Instagram, after we get all of this, we're gonna just make the bot automatically go on the page and check if it's public, like or follow the page according to the number of followers. So, but for now, this is just this is for later. So let's create a variable. We call it self.hrefs equal. It's going to be equal to an empty list, and then all we have to do here is say here we're going to say self.hrefs.append to add an element to the list hlink. And then after we're done, first here we're just going to be saying, let's change this. We're going to say if, let's add an if statement right here. So if there is a div element inside the hlink, so let's get the hlink first, check if there is a div element. If there is, we're not going to append it, we're just going to break or return the self.href. Alright, so we're going to return the list, else we're just going to add the hlink to the href. Alright, so and after we're done with the loop, also we want to return self.href. Alright, hrefs with an S. So let's add an S here so we don't have any bug. And now we have a list of all of the, not all of the followers, but part of the followers. Here we said 15, we can go for 20 or any numbers you want. This is multiplied by 12 anyway. So now we can go back to main. And if we're running this function, get followers, we can also at the end say print. We'll print this, and this will hopefully print all of the hrefs. So let's run it and see how it goes. Okay, so we had an error here. It says links list index out of range. We're going to say try all of this. and then except, of course, except pass. Let's do it a little bit less. Let's do it like 5 times, because now we're testing. We're not running the actual program, so it doesn't really matter if we do it a lot of times or not. Anyway, on Instagram they have a system to detect bots. So if we like or follow too many pages in a very small amount of time, Instagram is gonna detect the bot, and then it's gonna ban the account. So we have to be strategic about this. We have to implement timers and not follow too many pages in a short amount of time. However, after the days, like after a couple of days, let's say a week, you'll be able to follow more pages, because Instagram thinks that you're actually a real person. That's wait, let's see what happens here. We have a bunch of garbage. Alright, so the list contains all of the hrefs that we're looking for right here, and this is the list. This is the list that we want, so this is great. And then it prints all of this, which is not part of the list, which is a bit weird, but let's see. Let's try and figure out why it does this. I think it's this. This is what happened. Now if we remove this, then our list is simply perfect. You can change the values all you want. Now let's make the bot actually work. So for that, let's create a function. Let's call it run bot. And first, we're going to simply create a few variables. We're going to create a variable called t equals time.time. So this gets the time at this point. This point has a time, this point through the program, and then it's going to assign it to the t variable. Let's create a likes variable, likes equals 0, and a follow variable equals 0. This is how many pages we liked and how many pages we followed, alright? How many pages we liked / followed. Now remember that we have a refs variable, alright? So we're gonna run the program after. Here we're gonna say run the bot, alright? So we're running the bot after assigning the values to the refs, the reference. So we can create a for loop here, no problem, since it's a global variable. We have to say global refs, so it doesn't create a new variable. And then we're gonna say for r in refs, start looping. Alright, we're going to simply say driver.get. Now we don't have to say self.driver, because driver is the global variable. So let's also say global driver like this. Let's try and run the program. I'm not sure if we can separate these to a comma. So apparently it worked. So let's just say https www.instagram.com plus r, which is the href. Now we can say time.sleep 2 seconds, just to make sure we don't run in any issue. And then we're going to say if, and then use our object. So instead of using these as global variables, we can just pass in as parameters. I think this is going to work better. Let's pass in our GP object, so GP, and then let's just enter these parameters right here: refs, driver, and GP. So now we can access these variables without any issue. We're just going to say if gp.read followers, this function here, no, it's called get num followers. Okay, this returns a float, so we can do comparison operators. We can say if it's less than 3,000. So if the account has less than 3,000 followers, they're most likely going to follow us back. This is just a theory, but it's pretty accurate. We're going to say if GP dot is public. Here get pages, where is the is public function. Here it either returns false or true. So if it's public, we don't want to waste a follow. We can just like the page and it's gonna notify them. So we can just say print public account, and then we can print the likes. We can say print how many likes, how many times we like. So current likes, and then add a string of our like variable, convert it to string, and then we're going to say if L is less than 350. You can change this number, you can assign it to a variable. So we can say, for example, max likes equals 350, and then max follows equals, let's say, 50. So this is how many follows we're gonna do per hour. Tweak these variables, because this is what's gonna determine if your bot is successful. Make sure these values are low when you start running your bot, and then throughout the weeks you can increase these values slowly. So we're gonna say if L is less than max likes, we can say GP get pages dot like post. I think this is what we call the function. Let's go check out like post exactly. And then we're going to increase the value of L plus equals 1. And then we're going to say print post liked. There we go. And then we're going to say else, meaning we've reached 350 likes, or the max amount of likes. We can say time.sleep, so we just want to sleep for the rest of the hour. So we could say either wait an hour, which would be 3,600 seconds. Now here you say if the account is private. Let's go down a little bit. We're going to say else, meaning the account is well, if it's not public, then the account is private. We're going to say print account is private, and then we're going to say we're going to print the current followers, current follows, and then we're going to print a string of f. We're going to say if f is less than max follows, then we're going to do the same thing, gp dot follow page. Right here we're going to run this function. Where is it? Follow page, this one right here. And then we're going to say print page followed successfully. Then we're going to say f plus equals 1, so we increase this number of follows. So else, meaning we follow more than 50 account, or the maximum amount of account. We're just going to say time.sleep for about an hour, just like this. So now the program should go through all of our refs, and it's going to go to these pages, interact with this page. It's not going to get the follows, because if you want to get more of these followers, then you need to do probably like a regression, and then this is going to go forever. But we're just going to do it for a certain amount of page. Anyway, for us it's easier to increase by changing this number right here. Instead of saying 5, we could set it to 20, and it's gonna go longer. So now the program is complete. If these functions work properly, like post and follow page, if these work properly, then everything should be fine. We can add a time.sleep here of 2 seconds to avoid any potential bug. And now we can run our final program. Let's try and run it and see how it goes. Alright, so there is an error. It says return self.attributes key href. Let's copy the selector. Let's paste it back here. Now this is the correct selector. But string object has no attribute lowercase. Alright, so let's just say lower, text.lower, and here the same thing, text.lower. What would be great with this is if you take this code and run it on your Raspberry Pi. This way you can use your main computer for your normal work, and then you will have the bot running on the background of your Raspberry Pi. And then I checked, Raspberry Pi has Selenium on it. It works. So you just have to tweak a little bit, maybe the drivers. You remember when we created our driver object, we needed the Chrome driver. Maybe that's going to be different because on the Raspberry Pi they use a different software. It's Chromium, I think. You just have to figure out how to deal with that. But here we seem to have an error. Okay, let's just maybe run it again. Alright, so seems to have worked. Yes, it's working. So it's following the pages and then it's moving on to the next page. This is following. This is a public account. Let's check. The followers are less than 3,000. So it's gonna have to go on the page and like the page. So let's see if this works. There's an error, of course. Here, when it follows the page, let's say time.sleep for about a second, just so that it registers. And for liking the post, let's see what's the problem. .a and get the href. Maybe this is gonna work better. So, and then we have the like button. This should be good. Okay, let's copy the CSS selector of this like button and let's paste it here. Let's make sure we have no, let's paste it here. This is where it should be, and now this should work properly. Let's try and run it. Okay, so this works perfectly. Now it follows the private account and it likes the post of the public account. Let's just change this wait period here, make it 10 seconds maximum. Let's say 5 seconds. Person about our notifying the person about our IG page. Alright, so this works perfectly. So I hope you guys liked and enjoyed this tutorial, which is available on Udemy. Here we have it. We're gonna have it for free on Udemy. We're also gonna be having it on YouTube and on the dlacademy.com. Go check it out. This is our website. Also, thanks for watching. If you didn't understand the Python, everything's available in our Python course on Udemy. It's currently 50% off. Just use the link in our website and you'll get 50% off for a full Python course for beginners, where we teach you everything you need to know to become a Python developer. Alright, so thank you for watching. This is DL Academy signing out.